Hi everybody, Denise, FARQUHARSON Coaching. Hope you're good, I hope you're well, and it's good to be with you again today. Today is day 19 of our Summer in Rome series. So what is Summer in Rome all about? Well, it's spending the summer, August, in Romans chapter 12. Reason being is because that chapter has 21 verses. So we've done 21 days of inspiration, motivation, something to aspire to help you with your daily personal development. Now, if you're really keen on personally developing and how you work with your team and how you work with your businesses, then absolutely this is the top tips that can help you. Things that you can go back and listen to over the next few days and weeks, actually, because every topic is labelled. So just go below and check and see what you might have missed, because there's been some interesting conversations. Things about today, we're going to talk about anger. Yesterday we talked about being in harmony, actually. I was trying to remember, what did we talk about yesterday? We talked about being in harmony in terms of how your team works together, how to build good harmony. Is it possible to be harmonious in your team? And what are some of the things that you can put in place to make it happen really specifically? And they're tangible things as well that you can implement straight away. So hopefully that's helped you learn a few bits and pieces from that perspective. But we've talked about talent, we've talked about skills, ability, knowledge, sharing, understanding others, empathy. There's just been a host. I can't even remember a lot of them. I'd have to go back, and in fact what I might do actually is just go and list every single one of them for you, so that you can just pick and choose which day has got which topic, and I'll put it as a contents page for you. So I'll put that as my action. All right, so let's get started. Let me read the verse for you. So Romans chapter 12 verse 19 today says, "Dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, but rather give place unto wrath, for it is written, vengeance is mine, I will repay, saith the Lord." I'll always read it twice because sometimes it's a little bit wordy. Dearly beloved, so he's showing his love there for the people in Rome, okay? Avenge not yourselves. So avenge is basically saying do not take full responsibility for when you're angry to go and do something stupid. It's as simple as that. I'll be straight to the point. But give place unto wrath. So even if you're extremely angry, and anger is an emotion that we all have at some point in time. I'm not saying don't ever be angry, because that's impossible. But consider the anger and think about it. For it is written, vengeance is mine. Vengeance is not something that we should always be carrying out and doing, especially with the group of people that I work with right now, our corporate Christian women. And I help them to transform their daily challenges into success. And so having an angry spirit is not the best way to deal with a situation in the corporate world or the business world at all. And so vengeance is mine is something that we should be considering to hand over to the Lord and not take in our own hands, okay? I will repay. So let God do all the beating up and the fixing, all right? He always does. If you pray about something, he always tends to answer and deal with the situation for you. However, there are some things that you can actually do to overcome all of that and to make sure that it's a lot more effective in terms of how it's dealt with than just saying, right, I am going to carry out my own vengeance. I'm going to carry out my own way of dealing with this situation, because sometimes that's not always the best way of dealing with it. So let me give you some tips then about how to think about it and how to deal with it. So first of all, I want you to think about, and I've always talked about this, and those of you who know me and have been following me for a while will know this, that I always talk about think before you speak. If you are a self-knowing, emotionally intelligent person, you will always feel, think, say, and then do. What does that mean? I'm feeling angry. Therefore, I'm starting to think things about that person or that team or that department that aren't very good. I will then start to say things that are not effective, and therefore I will end up doing something, sending a quick email or picking up the phone and enacting my anger. And I often say, don't jump from feel to do. Don't jump from think to say. Don't jump from say to do without thinking. Okay? It will mess things up. Absolutely will. Has that ever happened to you? Where you are so angry that you think, oh my goodness, and you jump from I feel angry right all the way through to I'm now going to say something, and not think it through, not say it properly in your head. Even if you say it in your head, you just go straight to doing something. So you might feel angry and straight away you get on the phone and you start to or email somebody and say something, or you get on the phone and start to text something. Don't do it. Please don't do it. Think before you speak. One of the scriptures, Psalm 19 verse 6 says, let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart, the things that I think about and meditate on, let them be acceptable in thy sight, O Lord. And so if I'm thinking angrily, oh my gosh, if I ever get hold of that person and do or say whatever it might be, we've all been there. I will put my hand up to that. What about you? How about you? Has that ever happened to you where you don't think before you speak and you end up speaking and saying something that it doesn't go down so well? All right, so that's one tip. And the reason for doing that is because actually you need to remember that once you're calm, you actually think better. When you are not calm and when you are angry or anxious or worried about something and it starts to create anger, parts of your brain shut down, allowing the blood to flow to the logical parts of your brain aren't working as effectively as they should. And that's the whole point, because I know people always say go away, calm down, just go and cool, and there's a reason, a scientific reason for doing so, and that's basically to allow your brain to get blood to it so that you start to think with that logical part of your brain rather than your emotional. It's as simple as that. Okay? Hi Sandra, lovely to see you. So give me some examples. Have you ever done that? Speak out before you think before you speak out. Or have you always thought things through? We all get angry. I've done it. I've definitely spoken out or sent an email where I shouldn't have, and sent sparks flying and shouldn't have, and but purely because I've been angry. Yeah. Okay. Another thing that you can do then to help yourself is to get some exercise. And what I mean by that is take the time out to walk down the staircase. Take some time out to just stand up away from your desk and move. If it even means to just go and stretch, if it means that you get up and you stretch and you're going, ah! Yeah, if it means you have to do that, then that's okay too. Do it, because it's all expressing and getting out what's going on inside of you. Because remember, when you are angry, you are starting the process of building up toxins inside of your brain. So, inside of your brain, sorry. You're shutting down the blood in the logical part of your brain, but you're starting to build up toxins in your body that will cause you, and that's why your stomach feels a bit kind of funny. You can feel your heart beating. You can feel your breath starting to pant. And that's because your body is starting to go into that fight mode. That adrenaline is absolutely kicking in. And so getting some exercise absolutely starts to revert what the chemicals are doing to your body. All right? Is that resonating with you? Let's see, we've got a comment here. I don't mind taking comments now, that's fine. It is so true. There are many a times I've held back from sending an email. Phew, so close. So what I do now is have a delay on the email, send, just in case. You write it, Sandra, you're saying, before you send it. Yeah, so write it, save it, don't send, and you may want to send it with readjusted words. Because remember, I always say to everyone, your emotional intelligence shows up in your writing. Okay? So just in case, usually if I use resilience technique, it helps. Absolutely. Absolutely. So, yes, definitely double check your writing, because your emotional intelligence strengths will show up in your writing as well. The words that you will use, the exclamation marks, your full stops, even your commas highlight where your focus is and where you want your tone and your pitch. So even though you may not be saying it, it will show in your writing in the way that you write it out and the grammar that you use. All right, so just keep that one in mind as well. So the exercise is to reduce the toxins. Reduce the toxins, increase the blood flow in your brain, get you to start thinking and acting and speaking logically. All right. The next one then is about taking a time out. Now, the time out is slightly different from the exercise, because the exercise is there to get your blood flowing. The walking is there to get your blood flowing. The change of posture is to get your blood flowing better. But the taking the time out can sometimes be, and I've done this before and it seems to have worked. I never thought it would, so I tested it. And it was literally to go outside into nature, and just, if it even means finding a daisy in the grass and picking that daisy and just taking it and just focusing in on the center of that daisy, the petals, the stalk, you're testing me now. What's the middle bit of this flower called? Help me out here. Who's on? Rahila, hello. Melissa. What's the middle of a flower called? I've just forgotten. Anyway, that bit right in the middle of the flower, just zoom in with your eyesight on that middle piece, okay? And what it does is that it automatically takes hold of that thinking and that anger and the thoughts around why you're angry, and gets you to refocus your thinking. And so I tried it and it works. It may look as if I'm going like I'm worshipping a daisy or something. That's not what I'm doing. I'm genuinely re-triggering my thoughts, re-triggering my emotion, re-triggering my thinking, re-triggering even my feelings, because I don't care much about a daisy, right? It's yellow in the middle, stamen. I'm going to have to Google that. Somebody Google that for me. Write it in the comments. What is that? The middle of a flower. But the petals, and I'm not worshipping the daisy, but what it is just taking my feelings, my thinking, and what I want to say into a very different space, and really, really is helpful. So just bear that one in mind, okay? And then another one would be start thinking solutions. But be careful with this one, all right? Because what, you're laughing at me now. You're sending me laughing things. I spotted that. Who sent that? Hi, Rahila. Because sometimes when you decide that you're going to look at the possible solutions, the solutions that you come up with can sometimes be the ones that are, I'm going to show you type of attitude. And sometimes it can be, you are not going to get one over me, so I will tell you the right solution to do because I'm right. You get into a very directive, telling mode. And that's not always the best way to collaborate with someone or some team or a business area that has caused anger. So I would recommend, be careful with your solutions. And if you come up with some solutions, then maybe save them, type them, save them, go back to them later. Or if you're going to send an email, write it down and say, oh, by the way, I have been considering, could some of these things be the options that could help to address this situation, and list the options as a curiosity. Could these options work? Because at least then it's giving them the power. And I know you don't want to give away your power. I don't mean it like that. But it's giving them the option to consider what next could be done. All right? And then the last one that I want you to consider is don't hold a grudge. Holding grudges, it creates blood pressure. It affects your blood flow. It creates ulcers. Shall I keep going? Shall I keep going? Shall I keep going? They make you ill. Grudges make you ill. End of story. Grudges make you ill. Don't hold grudges. All right? And one final one, actually, before we go, is get some release of your tension. So smile, get something humorous, read a joke, go to someone, go and talk to someone who you can laugh with about it, and get the laughing going. Reason being, your endorphins will overcome your adrenaline rush, and it causes you to calm down, and the anger starts to become happiness. Okay, which is what you need. All right. So I hope that's helped. One, have you ever been angry? If you're watching this on replay, hashtag replay, have you ever been angry at work? Two, give us some tips on how you deal with it. My tips aren't always the best tips. Three, how have those tips worked? And let us know what you've done. So don't just say, I've done this. Tell me how it's worked, and why you keep using it as a tip or a solution for your anger. But first and foremost, I want you to remember, anger is a valid emotion. It's just as strong as love. Love is just as strong as hate. It's just an emotion. It's how we use it and how we monitor it and make it work for us. That's what matters. And sometimes we get angry because we've touched a sore point inside of us. And sometimes there needs to be some introspection about, actually, after I've calmed down, take some time to reflect and introspect. What about that made you angry? Because it could help you grow and help you learn more about yourself, which is what this is all about. Any last questions? I'm going to finish off. Hope that's helped. And we are back tomorrow for day 20. Oh, we've only got 2 more to go. 2 more to go. And Summer in Rome will be done. Exciting. So, and remember, remind yourselves as well, make sure you update the system with the competition that we've got going on at the moment about how Stretch, Succeed and Soar has helped you transform. All right? So I hope that's helped you. Put your comments in below if I missed them, and have a good rest of your day, and catch you tomorrow for day 20. All right? Bye-bye.